Hello again, people of Earth, and whoever watches this. Not very many people, but this is Ant-Man's video blog 2! Because the first wasn't very good. But it was good enough for a second. That's pretty much how most movies work these days. The first isn't very good, but it's good enough for a second. Which is even worse than the first. But as long as money is made, right? It's like Gremlins 1 and Gremlins 2. They were pretty bad. But they were good enough for a second. And now they're making a third. Interesting movie. Like Furbies that become evil and kill people. It's pretty interesting. It was definitely enlightening watching that. Anywho, let's see. I guess we'll start off here. Okay. I've always wondered, what is this flavor of Mountain Dew? Because it never says. Most other ones they tell you, like Mountain Dew Ice. It is lemon lime. It even has pictures. And it says cherry. I know what it is. It's a lemon lime cherry soda. Pitch black though. Just pitch black. It comes out purple. And obviously reading the ingredients tell you nothing. Because it's just sugar and water and acid. But it's good. But I don't know what's in it. I have no idea what's in it. I mean, if I had to guess, it's like a black raspberry or like a blue raspberry kind of flavor. But it's a little tangier. I've never known what's in it. Ever. Oh well. It's good. I guess that's what matters. And I'm not dead yet, so it's obviously not that bad for you. But apparently it's bad for you. That's what I've been told. Yeah. What else? Anything else in here? Nah, I don't really want to talk about any other ones. Because that's the only one that don't know what it is. I mean, Baja Blast is delicious. But that says lime on the can. I know what it tastes like. I know what it is. Don't know what that one is. Anyway, it's been a while since my first video. Things have changed. The room is different. Don't notice it, but it is different. That's a new bookshelf because the old one got destroyed. And new carpet. Can't see it, but new carpet because it got destroyed as well. Also, I gained 6 lizards. Not 5, 6. 6 lizards. Got 3 Great Plains skinks, all different sizes, different ages. You got Skinny Pete, he's like this big, this big, this big. I mean, he's huge. Biggest little fucker I've ever seen. And then you got Spike, who's a little bit smaller. He was the first one I found. I found him at work. And I thought, I love lizards. I'm going to bring him home and take care of him and raise him as my own. Like a pack of wolves, you know? Why not? So, brought him home, put him in a cage, been in there a while. And then I found Skinny Pete. He was down the hill in the burn pile we were mowing, and lo and behold, here comes this massive lizard out of the burn pile. I'm like, it's the same species as Spike, he should be fine. So I caught him, threw him in with Spike. It was all good. I had to buy a new tank because then I started finding collared lizards. I got 2 of them. I got Cleo and Liz. I don't know why I couldn't remember Liz. Pretty sure they're different genders. Pretty sure. If you know anything about collared lizards out there and know that different genders look different, then hey, shoot me a comment. Or don't. I mean, I'll know if they're different genders in the spring, right? But no, and then I found George. Man, he's just like this little guy. And I was worried about George because he was pretty small, but he was still a Great Plains skink. And what Great Plains skinks is they start out black with blue tails. Kind of cool. And he was just a little guy, and I caught him just a couple feet over there. Really, And but he was already missing his tail, so it wasn't blue. But he was all black. And I left him with the collared lizards because he's not gonna do anything to the collared lizards. The collared lizards are bigger than him. But he grew up and ate and kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Eventually, moved him over to the other tank with the other Great Plains skinks. Wow, I had drawn lots of blanks. But moved him over there, and I was kind of worried about him because Skinny Pete's foot is bigger than him, and but he was right at home. He loves it. He cuddles up with Skinny Pete all the time, and then he started changing after I put him in there. So he went from his black to the tan speckly look, and it was cool. And his tail kept growing the whole time. And his tail's all the way back now, and he looks just like all the other ones. He's a little smaller than Spike, not much smaller, a little smaller than Spike. And then I got a little brown skink. He's little, very little. Or she's little. Call her Zelda, for obvious reasons for anybody that knows me. But she's pretty cool. Don't see her much because she's tiny, and she runs around, feed her flies mainly, that kind of stuff, just small stuff, because can't really eat a ginormous grasshopper. But no, she's doing well. Now I'm just gonna see if I can find Cleo, since she's nice. Let's see here. Cleo, oh Cleo. Oh, Cleo! Yeah, Cleo. You're out this morning. There you are, little girl. Hey! Let's come out to play. I'm sorry, I know I woke you up, didn't I? There we go. Good girl. This is Cleo. She's cute little Cleo. And see, Cleo's a lot brighter colors. And so I'm thinking she's probably female just based on how normal genders in the wild go, where the female's a lot brighter than the male, because Liz looks a lot duller and it's quite a bit bigger. And that's usual with the norm. It's not always the case. It's apparently the male cardinals are red while the females are gray or tan or brown or whatever they were, but they're not red. It's like, wow, that's weird. But yeah, that's Cleo, little Cleo. She's cute, little. I'll put you back in there, or you wake up and realize that you're out. Don't need you running off of me. But yeah, that's Cleo anyway. One of the collared lizards. Liz is sleeping. She's been sleeping all day, really. And those guys always sleep. Pretty much all they do is sleep. But so pretty excited. It's finally November 2nd, actually, because I was really excited for September 21st. That day was going to be a good day. And then I found out it was going to be a really bad day. So that was the day that the remastered version of Spyro was supposed to come out. I was excited. I found out just a few days before that it got pushed back to November. It's like November 18th or something like that. So I'm down to like 16 days, getting there, getting close. But I was really disappointed because I just don't have very good ways to play. I mean, I play on my computer with emulators, and yes, people, I have a PS1, so I'm allowed to play with an emulator, because they always scream at you if you can't download the BIOS if you don't have one. But if you have one, you can have the BIOS and play on your computer, and nobody cares. But it's not like anybody's going to go after me for playing PS1 games on my computer. But who knows? But so yeah, play it on my computer. I got my PS2 all wired up to my TVs and stuff, and so I play it on there. And then I also have my PSP, which I legitimately bought only to play Spyro. So I bought it. So I found out, oh, I can play Spyro on my little handheld device. I was like, hell yeah, I'll buy it. I mean, I love it. It's awesome, but probably shouldn't have spent $300 on it. Especially now that Sony doesn't even support it anymore. But that's okay. You win some, you lose some, right? It was quite difficult, too, because Spyro was only offered in the Asian market on the PlayStation Network. I didn't know that until I tried getting it on here. So I had to create an account that was Asian. And, okay, no big deal. So I had to set my location to over there and all this other stuff. But then, my problem was, I had to buy Spyro. Well, they don't just take PayPal, or they don't just take normal, if I went and bought a PlayStation card, so I would buy it with that. Nope. Doesn't work. So I had to go on internet, and I'm pretty sure I was on eBay, and had to buy a PlayStation card that was in yens, and then paid for it with PayPal using my money, American cash to pay for this PlayStation Network with yens. And then added that to the account and was able to buy Spyro, and I played it for a while. Played it for a long while. It was pretty great. And then I wanted to, because, I bought a game that went with it, but I couldn't play the Call of Duty, a game, on the Asian account, which kind of sucks. So I had to factory reset this, and then go and then sign in with my other account, the American one, so I could play the Call of Duty game. Well, now I'm trying to play Spyro again, because it's coming, and I want to play it again. I don't remember the password of the Asian account. Okay, no big deal, right? They have safety measures for that. So I tried resetting the password. No big deal. There's two ways. Either confirm your birthday, or answer the security question. No big deal. I put the normal birthdays, my actual birthday, a couple of the fake ones I usually put. None of them works. Great. Fine, I'll answer the security question. Oh, it's an easy one. It's not working. So, still currently locked out of my account because I can't answer my birthday or a super easy security question. So yeah, probably gonna have to end up calling PlayStation, and they'll probably suspend the account because I typed in the wrong birthday, and because I am using an Asian account in America. Like, it's not my fault. Just put Spyro on the American network, and we wouldn't have this problem. But yeah, so that was probably a little too dedicated to Spyro, if you ask me. But it's a good game. Oh man, this is interesting. But yeah. So yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. Yesterday I learned a lot about this game, role-playing game kind of thing, called Dungeons and Dragons. I know it's been around for a while. Never really looked into it. I knew that it at least took a while. I don't know, it just wasn't something that I figured I'd need to get into. Nobody I know play it, really, so it wasn't a big thing to even look into. But I learned a lot about it yesterday. And, wow. That game is intense. It's intensive. I mean, there's a lot that you have to think about. and it goes on for like ever. I mean, I can't imagine playing the same game for like 5 days total. Like, you play 4 hours a day for a couple weeks. I mean, that's ridiculous. In the same game. I don't know. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but I'm sure after I actually play a little, it'll make a little more sense. But yeah, currently it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, in all honesty. But I do have a character. Let's see here. It's loading. I wasn't prepared. Go figure. But I think Liz or Cleo, you put sandals on my desk. But oh, and while it's loading, I guess so I am also a mealworm farmer. Yeah, I am a mealworm farmer. It's interesting. It would make more sense maybe if I was an ant farmer or a man farmer. But nope, I'm a mealworm farmer. They're kind of interesting. Don't do much with them. Just put them in oatmeal, bunch of oatmeal, and they just crawl around. I painted this bin organizer thing all black, and they just crawl around, cut up carrots every couple of days, throw them in, they eat the carrots, they're happy, they just crawl around, poop, and get bigger and bigger and bigger until eventually they pupate. It's really weird because when they're pupating, they're kind of like this little crustacean thing, and they're still like living. It's not like a butterfly when it cocoons. There's nothing going on. I mean, like, it's not moving or anything, but these pupas, you like pick them up and they're like squirming your hand. They're like, oh, I'm being touched. I don't like this. It's like, wow, that's interesting. And so, usually I take out the pupas anytime I find them, and I put them in this little cup, and there's a bunch of them in there, and they just sit in there for a few days. It's like 3 to 14 days is what their gestational period is for that. And then they turn into a beetle. And when they turn into a beetle, I pick them up out of there, and I put them in the bin higher. The bin higher's got the screen in it. It's got the oatmeal, but it's got the screen. Because what the beetles do is after they mate, they lay like 100 eggs. And they'll bury to the bottom of the oatmeal and lay the eggs. Well, they lay it on the screen. So when the screen does is it allows the eggs to just fall through, and it'll fall directly into the mealworm container, which then the eggs will do its thing, and then they'll turn into mealworms, and their mealworms are already in the mealworm cage. I don't have to dig them out of the beetle compartment. And the beetles are just up there doing their thing. They just constantly keep doing their thing. Anytime in the pupas, I just put them in there. Anytime I see a pupa, I put it in the cup, and it's just a cycle. It's not a whole lot of work, really. And I grab 10, 15 of them every couple of days and throw them in the cage, and they just eat them. They don't have any problem. It's pretty cool. Pretty easy. Anybody can be a mealworm farmer. Do people care to be a mealworm farmer? Probably not. But yeah, still hasn't loaded. That's unfortunate. But I am a bronze dragon named Red Hulk. If anybody knows anything about Marvel, there is a Red Hulk. There's also a Blue Hulk. And obviously a Green Hulk. But yeah, there's a Red Hulk. He's evil. Very, very evil. It's kind of like Captain America versus Red Skull kind of outlook. Where you have a good guy who's normal colored, and then you have a bad guy that's red. Red's usually associated with bad, evil. Kind of interesting. Speaking of Red Skull, I can't wait to see what he does in the new Avengers. It'll be interesting, since now that spoilers. Since now that he's not guarding the Soul Stone, he's actually freed, and so he's allowed to do whatever he wants. So it'll be interesting to see what he does in the movie, if he even shows up. It'll be an interesting movie. Apparently a lot of people aren't very happy about it, because the ending obviously is not true, and they're going to change the ending because most of the people that died obviously have movies coming up and shows and that kind of stuff. And so a lot of people aren't happy that Marvel created an ending that is not actually the true ending. I don't mind it. It's kind of interesting. It's a pretty good screenplay. I like it. I mean, I love the Avengers, but obviously, Ant-Man. Can't wait to see what he does, since he's in the quantum realm. We'll see if, because they're talking that they may have to go to the quantum realm to defeat Thanos. We'll see. That'll be interesting. Or they'll have to go to space. It's one of the two. Which, they go to space a lot. So, we don't even know where Thanos is. I mean, we just know he's on this nice, luxurious beach with the sunset and a shack. Could be on Earth. Could be somewhere else. Who knows? It'd be interesting to see where he is. But how that movie plays out. Still won't load. That's unfortunate. But I'm a red dragon. I think I have... Or a bronze dragon, not a red dragon. I'm a bronze dragon. Oh, here we go. Let's see. I am a barbarian. Cool. Level 9. My background is Outlander. I have no experience points. Whatever that means. I am chaotic evil, which I hope that was obvious. And I am a Dragonborn race. Last I knew I was Caucasian, but apparently I'm Dragonborn. Looks like 4 proficiency points, 20 strength, dexterity, 14, constitution 9, wisdom 12, intelligence 9. I did that, I think. But charisma 4, which that one was kind of funny. Because apparently to choose your numbers, you take 4 dice, and you roll them, and then you add the 3 highest, and drop the lowest, and then that's one of your numbers. You do that 6 times, and you choose which numbers go where, and charisma's okay to be low. I mean, you want strength to be high, your constitution to be high, that kind of stuff. But yeah, on the charisma one I rolled and I got 4 1s. Yeah, that sucked. Couldn't have 4 6s. But no, I got 4 1s. So that wasn't much fun. But I could shoot lightning. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And I also resist a lightning attack. Okay, so I shoot lightning and resist lightning. That's cool. I have rage. That's fun. I think there's like 4 rages I can do or something like that. It's pretty great. But these dice are weird. There's so many sides to them on some of them. Because you have like D6, which is the normal one. And you've got like D12. That's twice as many sides. It's a lot of dots to count. It's like dominoes. I don't know if you ever played dominoes. But we have a double 15 set. And that's a lot of dots to count. If you do bad... That's a lot of dots. Oh. But, let's see, I can breathe lightning, I have a great axe. Too bad it's not like Thor's axe. That'd be pretty cool. I have a light crossbow. Ooh. Wonder if I could, like, use my tail to shoot it. That'd be cool. That'd be really cool. And I have a javelin. Which, I could use my tail to throw it. But, let's see. Oh, what's all this? Okay, so, personality traits. I was raised by wolves. A dragon raised by wolves. See why I don't understand some of this? Let's see here. My ideals are might. The strongest are meant to rule. Which, if I'm a Red Hulk, I'm pretty strong. I would hope. Bonds, I think. It's a little fuzzy. But I will bring terrible wrath down on the evildoers who destroyed my homeland. Okay. Okay, so let's see. It was little dragon, I guess. My homeland was destroyed, so then I went to live with wolves, raised up to be evil, and now I'm looking for those people, and I'm gonna go kill them, or bring terrible wrath. Basically, kill them. And my flaws are the strong thrive and the weak perish. Well, obviously. And I harbor a strong resentment to those who wronged me, like the people that destroyed my homeland. Not sure how that's a weakness to be or a flaw, to be completely honest, but apparently that's a flaw. Let's see here. So I have a bunch of wrath. I have 40 speed. Oh, my health is 105, which is apparently good. So it's like 220 before I die, or 210 before I die. So that's apparently good. Apparently. Let's see here. What else can we do? 9d12 for hit dice, whatever that means. Just don't know what half this is. I have a bounty hunter background. That's cool. Makes sense. Raised by wolves. Just full of anger. Yeah, bounty hunter's about right. I do a bunch of fun stuff. Javelin, piercing, bunch of axe, crossbow, rage, or simple weapons, shields. Cool. Still don't know what half of it means, but hey, I am a bronze dragon. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Let's see here. Do I have anything fun? Nope, nothing there. Nothing there. But, okay. I guess something else that I was going to complain about was Fortnite stuff. Because some days it's pretty great. Other days I really want to throw my phone through a wall. There have been a few days when it's just been so flawless that it's like magic. But anymore now that it's not been optimized for a lot of devices anymore, and so there's a lot of like random lags, and I show like frames per second on the screen and that kind of stuff, and normally it's sitting about 60, or 55, 60, which is good. I mean, that's what it wants to be. But if people are like building like close and a bunch of things are happening, that kind of stuff, it'll drop to like 10 and then it just lags. And there's no way to play it when it lags like that, because it's just the screen freezes, but the game still goes. So literally a sitting duck, or they got the cube creatures. They're fun to dick with. I like dicking with them. I shoot them a lot, but oh, I mean, and challenges really piss me off. I mean, the staged ones take forever to complete, and like one of the most recent ones, you gotta play music on the like giant piano thing. Everybody and their dog is trying to do that, so you have people doing it, and you have people that'll go a little ways away, grab a gun, come back and shoot everybody that's just completing challenges. Yeah, it really is irritating. Yeah. And I'm not very good on the computer. I don't like to build. That's one of my downfalls, I guess, with the game, is I just don't build. I don't build this luxurious skyscraper out of nowhere and shoot from the top of it. I just hide behind a tree or a rock or inside a building. That kind of stuff. I just use the natural stuff. But yeah, I don't have a win yet on the computer. One of these days I'll have a win with no kills. I'm really hoping to get that someday. That'd be fun. It happens. I mean, it does definitely happen, but Yeah, there's definitely some things they could do different to improve it a little bit. I mean, the challenges really do suck. Some of them aren't bad, but some of them are just terrible. Like the damage trap one, that one sucked. I had yet to get a damage trap kill the entire time. It was so bad. Because I've been playing since about halfway through season 4, and so that's like 5 months without a damage trap kill. And it's not like I didn't try; I just wasn't very good at it. And there was one guy who just comes barreling in with the quad crusher into this building and went upstairs. So he left the quad crusher down at the bottom of the stairs and went upstairs to go loot it. I'm like, well, this is easy. Threw the trap right above the quad crusher, and next thing you know it, he comes running down to get back on his quad crusher. Gets him. Like, it's done. So good. So, yeah. It's good. It's very good. Yeah. Let's see here. What else? Not much. Didn't look like there was much else. Took some gender identity quiz thing. I don't know what it is. Doesn't make sense. But I think I'm fairly masculine. No idea. I scored higher on masculinity than I did feminine. So I would assume I'm more masculine. I don't know. Didn't make a whole lot of sense to me, to be completely honest. But yeah. Hi, Cleo. Yeah, lizard's pretty great. I love me some lizards. One day I'm gonna have a lot of lizards, or a lot of animals, period. But they're good. I love them. So easy to take care of. I mean, really. I don't do much. I mean, yes, I grow a whole entire mealworm farm now, but that's because I have 6 lizards and I want to keep them all winter. So, I guess there was, in the very first video, way back when, all those other videos ago, you gotta go all the way back to that very first one. Yes, I realize this is the second one. I'm having fun. Anyway, apparently it was filmed on a shitty computer, as I have been told. It's an okay computer. It just has mic problems. I don't know why. It just stops recording or audio. I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. But it does. But there was apparently a few things in there that weren't heard very well because I wasn't taking video or taking the audio of it. So I guess I'll go back and so there's one of the dreams I had was about when I was going to go meet my girlfriend for the first time. And it was set in an airport. I mean, it was, and I've been on a plane before, but I was 1 year old, and so honestly, I don't really know what it's like to be on a plane, but I have really bad motion sickness. So it may be good, it may not be good, I don't know. We'll see. But, so I get on a plane, and she lives a ways away. Driving is really not that practical. So, I get on a plane to fly out there, and she's going to meet me at the airport, of course. And, sitting next to this other gal, right? And I'm really nervous, obviously, going to meet my girlfriend for the first time, on a plane, really, for the first time, and so I'm explaining my story to her, how we've met, and been planning this for forever, it seems like, and just wanted to go see her for finally, and she thinks it's like the greatest thing in the world. And she works for a newspaper, so obviously she wants to write a story on this. I wouldn't, right? But so we land finally, and get off the plane and walking out of the terminal thing, and I see her, you know, right before me. And I mean, I throw caution, all caution to the wind. I mean, it's known her for seems like my entire life, and I love her very dearly. And so I run straight at her. Right. I mean, I am running full speed. Everything I got at her. I get to her and I just wrap her up, and we stand there for a long time in each other's arms, crying. Just standing there. A long time. That one was a hard one to wake up from, because it was one of those, didn't really want it to end. Would have been happy if that was the last thing that ever happened to me, you know? Yeah. I do love her. I love her a lot. She definitely means a lot to me. Probably go ahead and wrap this thing on up, you know what I mean? It's been fun. It's been a long time. It's been a really long time. It's been too long, really. Need to make one sooner. You know what I mean? Not have so much time in between. But hope you people of Earth have a good time. Hope you enjoy my spiels. I mean, just ranting on about who knows what, you know what I mean? Goodbye, people. Have a good time. This is Ant-Man signing off.